Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you all? How are you doing? Well, I hope you're all fine and you're doing great. Dear kids, as you all know that our topic is about the types of animals and plants. We are studying about the lesson number 5, that is types of animals and plants. In the last video, we learned about the types of animals, isn't it? We learned about the two groups of animals, animals with backbones and animals without backbones. And in the first category of animals with backbones, we learned about the different groups of animals like mammals, birds, reptiles, amphibians, and fish. And in the second group, that is animals without backbones, we learned about many small animals, isn't it? Many small animals, like we learned about the snails, squids, worms, starfish. We learned about the sponges. We learned about the scorpions, crabs, centipedes, isn't it? We learned about the different animals with jointed legs, with soft bodies, with spiny bodies, with no legs. We learned about the animals with hollow bones. These are the groups of animals which we discussed in the last video with no backbone. Very good. Now, our today's topic, that is what about the types of plants. Today we are going to learn about the types of plants. Dear kids, we see different kinds of plants around us, isn't it? There are different kinds of plants and trees which we see around us. Some of them are those which bear flowers, and some of them are those which do not bear flowers, isn't it? Some of them are having flowers and some of them are those which do not have flowers, which do not produce flowers. So, and plants, they are categorized into two groups. Depending upon the presence or absence of the flowers, plants, they are categorized into two groups. One is non-flowering plants and the second one is flowering plants. What? Non-flowering plants and the second one is flowering plants. Non-flowering plants, as the name indicates, they are those plants which do not bear flowers, which do not produce flowers. Got it? Non-flowering plants, they are those plants which do not bear flowers, which do not produce flowers. Flowering plants, they are those plants which produce flowers, which bear flowers. Got it? Non-flowering plants, they are further divided into three groups. First one is mosses, second one is ferns, and third one is conifers. First one is mosses, second one is ferns, and third one is conifers. Flowering plants, they are divided into two groups only. One is monocot and the second one is dicot. Got it? And today we are going to learn about these types of plants. First of all, we will learn about these non-flowering plants, that is mosses, ferns, and conifers. Mosses are very small green flowers and they are flowerless. As I told you that it belongs to the group of non-flowering plants. So mosses, they are the plants which are flowerless. Got it? Mosses, they grow in shady and damp areas. They grow in shady and damp areas, and they are scattered over a large area on a rock surfaces or on tree trunks in forests like a carpet. Like a carpet. They are separate over the rocks or over the tree trunks like a green carpet. They look like a green carpet. Got it? They resemble like a green carpet. Got it? Very good. Ferns, they are also the group of plants which do not bear flowers. They are non-flowering plants. And they don't have seeds also. They do not bear seeds. They have stems and leaves. They have only what? Stems and leaves, and are bigger in size than mosses. Ferns are bigger in size than mosses. These ferns, they also grow in shady areas and moist areas. They grow in the areas which are shady and moist. And ferns, they are used as, some of the ferns, they are used as decorative plants. Got it? Conifers, Conifers are also a group of non-flowering plants. They are the plants which grow on mountains. They grow on mountains. Conifers, they usually grow on mountains. They are tall, they are cone-shaped trees, and they have needle-like leaves. They bear scales, and they also bear cone-like structures which contain reproductive parts. Conifers, they bear cone-like structures which contain what? Reproductive parts. One more thing about conifers is that their leaves, they have a waxy coating so that the rain or snow may easily slip off. Got it? So they are the plants which are found usually on mountains. And some of the conifers like cypress, cedars and redwoods, they are some of the largest trees in the world. They are some of the tallest trees present in the world. Got it? So this was about the non-flowering plants. Now let's move towards the flowering plants. Flowering plants, as I told you, that they are divided into two groups. One is monocot and the second one is dicot. Now what is monocot? Monocots are those flowering plants. Monocots, they are those flowering plants which have only one seed leaf. They have only one seed leaf. Monocots, they are those flowering plants which have only one seed leaf. They have a single leaf, one seed leaf. Got it? And dicots, they are those flowering plants which have two seed leaves. Here you can see that they have two seed leaves. Monocot, they have single seed leaf, and dicots, they have two seed leaves. Got it? They have two seed leaves. One more thing about monocots is that they have fibrous root system. Monocots, they have fibrous root system, and dicots, they have taproot system. What? Monocots, they have fibrous root system, and dicots, they have what? Taproot system. Fibrous, what are fibrous roots and what are taproots? You know that, isn't it? Class 5th, do you know this thing, that what are fibrous roots and what are taproots? Let me tell you that fibrous roots, they are those roots which grow from the stem. Many roots of equal size grow from the stem and are known as the fibrous roots. And taproot is a single central root from which many roots grow. Isn't it? From which many roots grow. So monocots, they have fibrous root system, and dicots have taproot system. Examples of monocots are rice, corn, wheat. Grass is also an example of monocot. Dicots, examples of dicots are mango, neem, sunflower. These are all examples of dicots. Got it? Have you got this? This was all about the types of plants. Okay, kids, so today you learned about the types of plants, that is non-flowering plants and flowering plants. Non-flowering plants, there are 3 types: mosses, ferns and conifers. Flowering plants, there are 2 types: monocots and dicots. Now here is an activity for you. What you will do, you will prepare your own chart in which you will classify the types of animals and types of plants. Got it? You'll prepare your own chart, and in that chart you have to classify the types of animals and types of plants. This is an activity for you. You will do this thing, and we will meet inshallah in the next video. So till then, take good care of yourselves. Fi amanillah.